Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Tech Cruiser channel. My name is Howard. So, yesterday we went to the East Coast Rep Festival. Very cool, very cool event. We got a bunch of stuff, a bunch of samples. Wanted to just tell you about what was going on, what happened over there. So I met up with a lot of cool people. I did meet up with Joseph Pruscia. Very cool individual. He's got some really cool stuff coming out with the Pruscia Mini. Basically, it's a scaled down Mark III. The price point, I believe, is $349. And it's just a smaller printer. It's kind of an entry level. If you don't want to get into the big stuff, like I have the monster in the back over there. We're still waiting on the replacement thermistor that I ripped out while trying to clean up a giant blob on the on the hot end. So that will be up and running very soon. But I wanted to, again, just quick go over some of the sample stuff that we got, some of the things that we saw. So, couple of samples here. The name of the company is Filament PM. I will drop their link down below. It's filamentpm.com. So they had a laptop kind of set up, and if you put in your contact information, they give you a free bag of samples and some information. So, of course, who's not going to do that? Duh. So, now I don't know if they're all the same filament in every bag or if it was just different in every bag. The one that I got, we got a roll of ASA, or not a roll, a sample of ASA. Not too familiar with ASA. I haven't really done much or researched it. Maybe this will be a good primer to get into that. We do have some PETG, some PETG. There's a metal look. It's supposed to look like kind of like a dark brass gunmetal material. We have a dark purple PETG, PETG. Everybody's weird and different. Who knows? So that'll be cool to try out their PETG versus Pruscia's PETG. And then we got a roll, which I'm kind of really excited about, a roll of their rubber jet TPE, which is it's going to be a flexible material. It's got to print at a much higher temperature, but it's the fluorescent yellow. Maybe we'll do some kind of jewelry or ring or a bracelet or something with it. That'll be kind of cool to check out from them. But they have an entire line of... Sorry, I got so much stuff over here right now. An entire line of products. So I have their entire catalog here. They got all kinds of stuff. Carbon fiber, hips, ABS, PLA. There's a Pro PLA in here. They have a PLA with graphite coloring to it, which gives it kind of like a sparkle. They have a stone finish one, supposed to look like marble. I have the baby Groot over there, which I sprayed to look like marble. This will just look like stone. So very cool people over at Filament PM. Very good people. They had a very nice booth going on. So I'm very excited to get into and try some of their stuff. This one is going to be cool. I can't wait to try their flexible stuff. Should be very cool. So that is Filament PM. There was also a company by the name of 3D Fuel, and this is their Pro PLA. It's just kind of a gray color. But the thing about their Now, I don't have the information to compare it to other PLAs, other Pro PLAs, but it's supposed to have a much higher temperature resistance than just a normal PLA. So their their claim is that it's it combines kind of the best of PLA and ABS without going to a PET-G type environment. It's just pretty much just a regular PLA with much higher temperature resistance. So these guys are really interesting. They were really got some cool filaments. They got one by in collaboration with Dow Chemicals. That's a it's kind of a flexible material when you print it. Kind of like in vase mode, it's a little stretchy and a little squishy. Very cool. They do have some materials that have some of the beer solids, some of the waste product from making beer mixed in with their filament. They have one that's got coffee solids in it, and I kind of got this sample from them. I kind of really dig it. It kind of reminds me of like a Coke, like a frozen Coke. It's a little bit translucent, a little bit not clear, but like I said, translucent. It looks really good. For as thin as this is, it's really strong. It doesn't really have any smell, though I imagine when you're printing it, it does have a little bit of a smell, with the coffee additives. But they kind of got some a little cool design, and then their logo or their name in the back there. I do want to try and get a hold of some of this, see if they'll send me out a sample. If not, just buy a small roll. But I do kind of want to check that out. I've never really messed with additives in PLA before, but that's really cool. Was very excited to talk to those guys. They have some cool filaments. They do. They really do. Met up with somebody from Chris's basement. They got a little fridge magnet here. The thing I liked about it is you're not going to be able to see it, but the initial layer is perfect. Now, it's got a nice smooth finish. There's no real gaps. Everything is nice and uniform. There's a little bit of something going on where they changed colors to print the top, but very cool. I'm definitely going to be putting that on the fridge for use. So as far as samples go, that's kind of really all we got. There wasn't there were other things that required you to stay a lot later and do other stuff, and I just didn't have that kind of time to just hang out and wait for that stuff. But we did meet up with a whole bunch of other people and see some really cool stuff. So Project FDL was there with their blasters. This is kind of one of their little keychain giveaway guys. Project FDL, and I'll put the image up here as I'm talking about them. They are a Nerf alternative. It's completely open source and and locally sourceable parts to make Nerf alternative blasters. If you're a big Nerf person, you may have researched these people if you have a 3D printer, but it's a really cool Nerf blaster. It's very high speed, high rate of speed, and very fast firing. So they're really cool. Unfortunately, due to a number of issues, funding and lack of interest, they have shut down their operation there. So they're not really going to be doing that anymore. But all of the plans are available as to the parts that you need to make this blaster, and I will drop their link in below. You can check them out. They were really cool. They had a booth set up with some downrange stuff, and you can kind of load some of the darts into the cartridge and shoot a butt ton of darts downrange and kind of get a feel for what it's like. But like I said, you can build these yourself and kind of customize it as, you know, color and material as to the way you want it. But Project SEL, they very cool bunch of people there. That was cool to see them. Joel Telling, I did get to see Joel Telling. I didn't get to meet him because he was kind of all over the place. Joel Telling, I'll put his image somewhere. I kind of did a sneak selfie thing while he was conducting an interview. But like I said, I didn't get to meet him. I did get to see him. He's really tall. On his videos, he's the 3D printing nerd. He looks just an average height, you know, 5'8" to 5'11". He's like 6'2". The dude is huge. But we kind of sat there and listened to him give the interview for a little bit, and how he is on his videos, that's how he is when the cameras are off. He's just, you know, just a goofy, nerdy guy. So cool to see him. Now we did meet this lady here. Sorry, again, so much stuff. We got don't want to forget about this guy. There's my my credentials. E3D was there. They have some really cool stuff coming up. I really was interested in taking a look at their Nozzle X stuff. It's supposed to be the last nozzle you'll ever need. So it's coated with a material that resists the gloop that you get from when you're 3D printing. You know, little strands get melted onto the hot end and then they solidify. It's coated with a chemical that resists those all that type of stuff. I am interested in that. I'm gonna see if I can get my hands on one, but we first need to get the beast up and running again. This guy is Graybeard, and I got his website right here. It's graybeard3d.com, and he kind of made these for the festival. You know, a couple of colors, and he clips it on your badge, and it kind of just hangs there. Or he clips it onto whatever. But what he did is, as you can see in a picture over here, is he went and bought all of the colors. He's got a whole board of colors and different filaments and who makes them. So you can go to his website, and he's got kind of this catalog, and you can look at what they look like. He had a whole bunch of, I don't know if I have a Marvin here, but he had printed a whole bunch of those little Marvins and had them all hung up in the color with the name of the filament and who makes it. You can go to his website there and kind of take a look at all those filaments. This part came out really good. He did a really, really good job with it, with the kind of sea captain pirate guy thing in the middle there, and a little LED attention catcher thing. So very cool that somebody took the time to do that, because as I was talking to him, he mentioned that there's been a bunch of times that he's ordered material from whatever the manufacturer is, and gotten the wrong color. So he went ahead and bought all of the colors, so everybody kind of knows what color they are getting. All kinds of flyers and leaflets and whatnot. So much stuff. The chocolate printer, the Cocoa Press. This guy had made a chocolate 3D printer. It actually prints 3D objects in chocolate. So if you have like a fancy ice cream dish, put the ice cream in this 3D printer thing, and then you can eat the the bowl that it's in, and it's regular chocolate. So the quality's not quite there. It's not, what we would expect out of our 3D printers, but it was really cool that he kind of has that up and running, and it works. It's functional. The parts, they look good. They look, a little bit of refinement, and he'll be able to print Chocolate Buddy the Pugs. Very cool. So then we stopped and kind of checked out this lady here. This is a D&D counter. I don't play D&D. She was kind of telling me what was going on, but it's a counter of sorts, and it goes up to $999, and it doesn't just turn. You kind of have to, do it like this, and you pick the number you want, and then. But it looks very, very cool with the painting and the post processing that she did with it. All the numbers are hand painted on here. Looks like this whole thing was painted by hand, if I'm being completely honest with you. And it's just a rubber band in there. And this is her contact information. That is Devin Hedges at Gear 3D. And I'll post her website down below also, some of her contact information. All the stuff I'm talking about in this video, I'm going to put contact information for them, so you can reach out to them and kind of see what they're about and what's going on. But there's so many great people, so many great projects. Just, I'm going to have to do another whole separate video about just that stuff. I don't want to run this video too long, because then people, you start losing interest. So, kind of the last thing that I want to talk about was this guy here. And I'll put a picture up on the side as to how he was kind of just tooling around the event. But he runs a 3D printing mystery box subscription service. And he's got this kind of like postcard that says the UFO invasions here. And in this subscription box, you get some filaments, all kinds of different materials. Coupons for whatever, I don't know what partnerships he has. I haven't actually been to his website yet. I've been kind of busy. Yesterday, like I said, we just got back from the event, so there's a whole bunch of unpacking to do from that. But it's also 3D printing stuff, not just filaments and coupons and supplies, but parts, nozzles from different companies, adhesives, any of the extra stuff that you go with it. And this one is kind of interesting also down here. It's labeled projects/activity, and says, and there's still more. Each month you will receive items such as electronics that can be used along with 3D printed parts. And then he'll send you'll get a link along with that. It has to include that. For example, I'm working on a sidearm prop for my Halloween costume. So that might include LEDs, special LED strips, and how to set that up and include those, or little LCD panels in a helmet kind of thing. That's really cool. I'm gonna want to check this out. I really am. He was, like I said, walking around like that. Quite a colorful individual. It was very cool to get a chance to kind of just chit chat with him and talk with him for a little bit. Yeah, very, very cool event. Here's the Graybeard. Keep dropping things. Here's the Graybeard. Graybeard3D.com. Good dude. There is another thing. I think I'm gonna save that for another video, because it's kind of cool and it's a physical item. I know I see it, like I kind of raced through that and there was a lot going on, but there was a lot going on. I still have some pictures. I'm going to, I think I'm just gonna make a little slideshow video and kind of put that up with all the video that I took and all the pictures that I took. It just as a slideshow and just upload that. So that should be kind of cool. There's still so much more for me to talk to you about, to tell you about. And we're going to get to that little by little, kind of like things like today. But like I said, I don't want to kind of just blow through everything just for the sake of blowing through everything, just to get it over with. You know, I'd rather do it little by little, day by day, and kind of give you an idea as to what it was like. So for right now, that's all we kind of got, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you were at the festival, you were at Eerf, drop me a line down below. Let me know what your favorite booth was, what your favorite project was, and if you made any big purchases. The next video I'm going to do is something that I bought over there. It's kind of it's less of a thing and more of an aid in your 3D printing endeavors. If that's cryptic, it's meant to be. So you check out the next one. But for right now, that's all we got, guys. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for tuning in. Keep printing and be good to one another, and we'll catch you on the next one.